Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Form coming at you guys today with another video. And today's video, I want to talk about yesterday's training camp, day 14. Before I start this, I want to dedicate this video to my mom. She recently passed. She passed on Monday at 1 o'clock in the morning, or 1:03 a.m. 77 years on this earth. Best mom in the world. Passed because of freaking cancer. I just want to dedicate this video. She was a Lions fan. She was a Lions fan. She loved the Lions. She loved to talk to me about the Detroit Lions. When she was sick, she would tell me, "Go home and go make videos. Mark, it's okay. I'm okay." And I just want to dedicate this to my mama. I love you, Mom. Rest in peace, forever. Okay, I'm your baby boy, and bring some luck to those Detroit Lions. Okay, Mama. Okay. But I just want to dedicate this to my mom, and I love you, Mom. Thanks to guys like Jeremy Reisman, Tim Twentyman, Mike O'Hara, and John Macaron for pumping out this stuff so I can get it to you guys. And let's continue. This was yesterday's news, so more late game scenarios of practice that they were doing on day 14. Defense showed out. You know, against the Atlanta Falcons, they had a couple mishaps with the late game scenarios. You know, with the Blau fumble, then giving up the late touchdown on the 4th and 9 late in the game to lose the game. So they kind of worked on that during Monday's practice. You know, and people want to say, you know, that we should calm down, we should chill out, you know, take it easy, relax, don't worry about it. It's preseason, and that doesn't cut it with me. That doesn't cut it, and it shouldn't with this fan base. Like, all it is just wait and see for everything with this fan base. Like, I'm not gonna chill out about it. I'm not gonna relax. I'm not gonna take a pill. I'm not gonna. I'm legitimately concerned about this defense. They need to work on some things, and this is what they did. And the defense won them all yesterday, which is a good sign, but they need to do it in games. I don't care if it's preseason. I don't care what it is, because it's just an excuse after one another. Like, I know guys didn't play. I know there was different things going on, but when's enough's enough? It's time to step up. So they weren't in full pads though yesterday. You know. They did have the shells, and they had some stuff going on, but they weren't in full pads. But they were out there, and they were out there doing some late game scenarios, and we're going to talk about it. But first off, Quintez Cephas was back, the wide receiver. His next 2 weeks are going to be gigantic for him. He's a guy that's on the roster bubble big time, and guys like Tom Kennedy stepping up. You know, hurts his chances a little bit, and I'm a big Cephas fan, but he needs to show out now. Big V, our starting left guard, left practice yesterday. It was kind of a mystery. I don't know if anything came out today, but yesterday it was kind of a mystery for every report I seen. They didn't really know what happened. He said he was there, then he was gone. Some people didn't even see him at all, so stay tuned for that. I guess there's something probably coming up. Hopefully it was just a minor. Hopefully it was something minor, and we can get him back on the field ASAP. Tommy Kramer, the undrafted free agent, we picked up last year. I think we picked him up from Notre Dame. He replaced him. Kramer's a really good guard. He played a lot last year. Like I talked about before, Tommy Kramer and Evan Brown are pretty much the first two old linemen coming off the bench, and they're two pretty good old linemen. So he came in, Tommy Kramer, and replaced him right away. There's guys like wide receiver Josh Johnson, defensive tackle Levi Muzurike, Julian Akwara, Ifeatu Malifonwu, cornerback Savion Smith, safety Brady Breeze were all out. The newcomers were obviously Brady Breeze. He got hurt in the Falcons game on the opening kickoff, and then Smith kind of is a little bit of a mystery in itself too as well. So hopefully those guys get back on the field as well. Like I alluded to before, defense dominates in drills. They did about 4 or 5 of these scenarios, maybe even less, 3 or 4. First scenario was offense down 1, with 16 seconds, and ball on their own 49-yard line. First team out there ended really fast. Charles Harris with a sack, spun right around Taylor Decker, sacked Goff. Series was done. So second team immediately came on, and it was David Blau. David Blau got, I think, more looks with the second team yesterday. He connects to Tom Kennedy. Wide receivers took too long to set back, to get back. They had to spike the ball. There's only 5 seconds left to go. And there was a 58-yarder attempted by both kickers, both missed. So then the second scenario was offense down by 7 with 20 seconds left. Ball on the opponent's 18-yard line, so pretty much a red zone, right in the red zone. So first team, nice angle route for Swift. Gets him to the 3-yard line, spiked the ball right away. Time for 2 plays. Goff dumped the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown at his feet. The play was disrupted. He didn't have anybody open, so he just kind of threw the ball away. And then second, CJ Moore with a pass breakup, incomplete pass, so defense wins again. And then the third was offense down 7 with 45 seconds left, ball on the own 49-yard line again. First team picks up a quick first down with gains of 8 and 6 yards to Josh Reynolds and TJ Hawkinson. So Hawkinson was back. Bad throw by Goff to Chark. It was a little bit behind him, so incomplete pass. And it was a 4-yard pass to Zylstra. Good coverage by Okuda on Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then Goff missed an open Chark on a 4th down. So defense wins that again. But a couple bad passes by Jared Goff. Second team, Blau again. First down to Kennedy with a nice catch on Chase Lucas. Eventually Lucas gets a pick though on a deep ball pass to Raymond. Raymond kind of got by him. You can see there's video up. There's actual video of it. You can see Chase Lucas kind of veering to his left. High points the ball. Makes a real nice catch on an interception. Shows his ball skills. So, and he really needed that ball. He talked about it afterwards, saying how we all know what he did on the Falcons game. He missed an easy pick 6 that probably would have sealed the game. And but he did make a play right after that, making a stop and making them punt. But he's beating himself up over a little bit about missing that pick 6. He needs to kind of forget that. But he got himself a nice pick a couple days later. And then Malcolm Rodriguez and Devin Funches stood out versus the Falcons. We talked about that too. In the first preseason game, they saw elevated reps with the ones, especially Rodriguez, man, who was working with Derek Barnes, second-year linebacker, and Alex Anzalone. Rodriguez had an up-and-down day yesterday. Didn't have the greatest of practices. He was given an earful a few times by linebacker coach Calvin Shepard. His head didn't seem to be too much into it, but he was beaten regularly by Barnes during special teams drills as well. So he had like an up and down day. He did have a really nice tackle for loss on DeAndre Swift, and he was like running well with some of the running backs coming out running some routes. So he's got the speed, he's got the instincts. But he did have a little bit of an up and down day yesterday, which is okay, man. He's not going to be perfect, right? So that's okay. and then Funches, who had a really nice game against the Falcons. I could be eating some crow on this one because I didn't think this kid had a chance. But he had a really nice game. He had that nice little shimmy touchdown. Ran a nice route. He's got those wide receiver skills. He's a tight end now. Nice red zone touchdown. Nice ball by Tim Boyle, actually. Believe it or not. But Funches mostly repped with the 2s, but he got some work in with the 1s as well. The linebacker Chris Board that we took from the Baltimore Ravens had a little bit of trouble containing him all day on some 7-on-7s, and then he scored, and then eventually Funches scored a touchdown over Will Harris in a red zone drill. Will Harris looked kind of lost, didn't know where he was, and Funches kind of slid right underneath him. Nice touchdown pass. Funches had his best practice to date, I think, and it was reported that too. And it's just a guy that has been improving each day in and day out. Now it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this, because they still want him to play some special teams, and they need him to be a blocker. It's not his game. He's more of a receiving tight end. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, though. But if he starts making plays like this and if he's making plays in practice and these preseason games, it's going to be tough to cut. So let's keep an eye open for this. Keep an ear open for it as well. The O-line got shook up because how I said Vaitai was out. Kind of a mystery, didn't know what happened. Ryan McCullum got cut. Tight end Nolan Givens, the undrafted free agent, he was cut, waived, whatever. And then Garrett Griffin was shown the door as well too. A little bit shocked about the Garrett Griffin release, not because I think he's a great player, because I think because he's more of a blocking tight end, but he came from New Orleans Saints. Dan Campbell pretty much probably handpicked this guy to come here. Probably told Brad Holmes, let's go get Garrett Griffin, and they released him. So, they were going to find out who's going to become this tight end too. I think it's a little bit open. I think Brock Wright has the leg up on this right now because he's pretty versatile. He can play some fullback as well, which they want these tight ends to do. And Garrett Griffin was doing a lot of that, playing fullback, halfback, whatever the H-back role. He's not going to catch a lot of passes, but Brock Wright can do a little bit both. I think he's a better football player than Garrett Griffin. So this kind of opens up the door a little bit wider for, I think, Brock Wright. We still got James Mitchell on here, Zylstra. Zylstra's more of a receiving guy too as well. Derek Deese might have, probably going to get cut, Derek Deese Jr., but he's a receiver. He's probably a better receiver as well, too. They got a couple really nice receiving options at tight end. Can't keep them all, though. So, it's going to be interesting to see what this wide receiver tight end, too, is going to be. I think it's going to be Wright at the beginning, and James Mitchell eventually is going to get in there. They're going to probably carry three guys. That's what Dan Campbell kind of talked about. He wanted a guy that's going to be pretty much a receiving threat. Then he wanted kind of a hybrid guy that can do a little bit of both. And then he wanted pretty much a blocking tight end. That's why I was kind of interested or confused actually on the Garrett Griffin drop. I thought he was going to make this team just because his blocking is pretty good. But I think James Mitchell can do a lot of everything. And I think Brock Wright can do a lot of everything. So I honestly think it's going to be Hawkinson, Wright, and James Mitchell to start the season. I just think that's what it is. And I'm a big Zylstra fan, but I just think his blocking and his is a little suspect, I guess. So I hope he goes to the practice squad. I hope they don't release Zylstra, because I think he's a weapon. I think he's a nice weapon, and I think he could be used like that down the road. But we'll see what happens. But I think I know who the tight end 1, 2, and 3 are going to be, and it's going to be Hawk, Mitchell, and Wright. That's what I think it's going to be. So, and then we talked about it earlier. Tommy Kramer had a really busy day. Obviously, he's stepping in for Big V, but was also added as a third center because they released Ryan McCullum. He was that third center pretty much. But undrafted free agent kid out of Michigan State, Kevin Jarvis, who I keep hearing that this new coaching staff loves, that they really like him a lot. Fraley, the O-line coach, likes him. He can play some guard. He can play some tackle as well. He stepped in with at right guard with the twos, and Jarvis has impressed. So I guess he played pretty well in the Atlanta game as well. So thumbs up to the Michigan State kid, even though you went to Michigan State. Nah, I'm not going to hold it against you because now you're a Detroit Lion. And then the kickers, they had a little bit of a rough day. Seibert, he was good from 33, 43, and 47, but he missed from 54 and 58. Those are long field goals, but he did miss 2. Patterson didn't have a good day either. He hit from 33 and 43. 33 and 43, missed from 47, 54, and 58. So that kicking game's still going on. Patterson probably needed to hit a couple more of those to make it even closer, but it's still a close battle. Whether I think Seibert in the league is from what I'm reading and hearing. So more on that. That's going to come down to the wire probably. And then linebacker, defensive end, James Houston, the rookie. He looked great in special team drills. He didn't do much in the Falcons game. He was beating linebacker Sean Dion Hamilton about 3 times as a blocker and an evader. So he's going to really need to show out on special teams to make this team. Will Harris got nicked up in that Falcons game as well. He had a little bit of a hand injury. He had to tape it up during the game, during the practice on Monday. And it was clearly bugging him, you could tell. So he had to tape it up. So more on that, I guess, down the road. But as of now, he's okay. And then guys like defensive tackle Jashawn Cornell and linebacker Anthony Pittman did have some minor injuries on Monday. Spent time with the trainers. Both returned. We'll keep an eye on that down the road. And then Hutch, Hutchinson destroyed tight end Shane Zylstra. I talked about Shane Zylstra and his blocking ability. He's not blocking anybody. He's not going to block Hutchinson, and he made him look pretty silly. It was during an 11 on 11 reps. So don't put a tight end on Hutchinson. That's going to be a big mistake. And then catch of the day goes to Trinity Benson. There's a video of that too, actually. It was a nice over-the-shoulder pass from, I think it was Blau who made that. He was beating Will Harris. He made a great adjustment on the ball. You could see that the ball, he was going a little bit to his right, kind of turned to the left, sliding catch, touchdown. It was a beautiful pass and catch. It was a little bit off, and and Benson had to make the adjustment, but it was just an all-around nice play and a great adjustment by Benson. So that was a really, really nice play by him. And then CJ Moore, man, he's out there. He's really stepping up. He's ramping up his reps on special teams. He's playing better in some drills as well. But he's a special teams guy, and he's just really good at it. He's one of the best in the league. So it's good to see that he's getting healthier. And then former Lions running fullback Corey Schlesinger was in the building. Really nice to see him there. I used to love watching him play. So, and then the backup quarterback situation. This, like we talk about, we allude to. It's Blau seems to be the front runner. Blau and Boyle, I guess, were a little bit solid on day 14, but they were slow to come out of some of their huddles, like setting up at the line of scrimmage, and it was really angering Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator. And then it even got to the point where head coach Dan Campbell had to get in there. He started barking at people too, so he was upset. Dan Campbell is a stickler about tempo, and he said the tempo was all messed up. So they got to get that down. That was Blau and Boyle doing that. So they have to get their what together. They get it together, boys. And then Okudah, he loves to line up in some press man coverage against the wide receivers. This seems to be where his comfort zone is. He loves pressing on guys. So he likes to make initial contact and set up. And then, and then that's how he's most productive, and even had some good blocks during some special team drills. Both him and Harris continue to rotate at that spot opposite of Imani Warrior, even though people don't want to. Well, there's pretty much only one guy that thinks that there's not some type of camp battle. We all know who that guy is. I've called him out before. But Okudah and Harris continue to rotate there. They're trying to find that cornerback too. Right now, it looks like Okudah is winning it, because I think Harrison had a very good Monday. He got beat a few times. So, but back to Okudah, man. He's a physical corner. He's a physical corner. He doesn't run great with wide receivers, so that's why he likes to jam them up. Set them off course, and then he likes to play that game, and see what happens. Likes to slow him down. That's what he kind of needs to do. He's not going to be able to do that every single time against some of these really good wide receivers, because he's going to need to come. He's going to need the back off. But he loves to line up against guys. He has the confidence in himself that he can jam up on a guy. So there's going to be times, man, we're going to see him trying to do that. He's going to whiff. He's going to whiff on a guy, and a wide receiver is going to blow right by him. And it's going to be his demise, man. It's going to be, you know, it's good. It's a huge problem of his because he doesn't like to give big cushions because he doesn't, you know, he doesn't have the speed to really match wide receivers. So he likes to be physical. He's a physical guy. His best attribute of being a cornerback is literally jamming up on a guy, like I said, or playing the run. He's physical. He's a physical dude, man. He doesn't miss a lot of open tackles. He had a really nice open tackle. I think he had one or two of them against the Falcons, where a couple guys caught some balls in front of him, played the run, whatever, played the pass. But he doesn't really miss a lot of tackles because he's a bigger corner. You know, he's got some good size. He's got good tackling ability. It's just, man, his problem is speed and being able to run with these wide receivers. So physicality is his trait. That's what he lives and dies on. And sometimes he's going to die on an island with it, man. So I just hope that he can get better and stay healthy this year. But that's it, guys. That's the video. And thanks a lot for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Get all my videos, and don't forget to like and comment this video. Like and comment, share it. You know, I appreciate it. Go on Pride. Detroit Lions, baby. Let's go. Rest in peace, Mama. Love you.